Welcome. I'm Kevin B. Boak, the founder and director of temporal research at Targeted Seasonal Forecasts. TSF isn't just a forecasting tool, it's a decision framework, and it will transform the world of demand planning. Businesses swim in an ocean of data. Making sense of that data is the key to success, so every department analyzes their sets of data. Each week, they compile forecasts and they bring them to the planning meeting. The meeting starts out polite and it ends up like an episode of Game of Thrones. The champion from the House of Sales walks in armed with the revenue projection from their CRM, a rolling target updated weekly. The master of marketing is there to defend a campaign calendar and lift estimates baked into a spreadsheet. Lord of Operations is clutching a stock-level plan that smooths everything into neat weekly averages. The Chancellor of Finance has a locked monthly budget that was finalized 6 weeks ago, and the Iron Throne of Leadership wants a simple answer: are we on plan? They will never be on plan because they're not even on the same planet. Everyone is talking about a different forecast. Sales opens with, "We're ahead of target this week." Finance frowns. Their month-to-date numbers say otherwise. Operations interrupts. "If that's true, we're already understocked for next month." Marketing jumps in. "Well, that's because your forecast didn't factor in our campaign lift." Finance snaps. "You can't budget for a maybe." And leadership asks, "Which of you is actually right?" Silence. Everyone thinks that they're right, but no one can prove it. Eventually, someone pulls up the master dashboard, the blended aggregate that's supposed to make sense of it all. The curve looks calm, balanced, and normal, but it's a lie. It ignores the volatility and hides the disagreements. Everyone sees what they want to see, and the meeting ends in a fragile truce built on bad math. Now imagine that same meeting with one chart. The gold line showing the atomic forecast and the green zone showing what's normal at every cadence. Sales, marketing, operations, finance, leadership, all looking at the same timeline, the same system, and the same reality. When actuals drift outside of the green zone, they don't argue, they act. Because they're not fighting for their own version of the future. They're responding to the reality of the present. When you use TSF for demand planning, every forecast begins at the atomic level. One SKU, one timeline. But each SKU isn't defined by a single number. It's built from 3 independent component forecasts: sales, what's leaving the shelf; stock, what's available to sell; and revenue, what's being earned. Each component has a direct relationship to the others, but each component is also independent. It behaves differently, it responds to different forces, and it belongs to a different department's world. Traditional systems force these perspectives into one blended forecast, losing the tension that actually tells you what's happening. TSF keeps them separate, models each independently, and then measures the relationships between them. The relationship is the signal, and the 3 charts give a complete living model of SKU health. Because each TSF chart defines normal and alerts you when the current conditions are not normal, the meeting agenda could focus on where and when things need to change. Every SKU is its own tiny universe. 3 forecasts in balance: sales, stock, and revenue. That's the atomic layer, the foundation of reality. When those atomic forecasts roll up, they don't lose their integrity. Each category, product line, or region becomes a sum of relationships, not just totals. The system scales normal from the ground up, What's normal for each SKU defines what's normal for the whole. So when the charts aggregate, the patterns stay true. If every SKU sits inside its green zone, the business is stable. Hold. If a cluster starts trending above it, momentum is building. Grow. If it slips below, conditions are tightening. Protect. Every cadence, every department, every decision, all reading from the same source of truth, anchored in the real world, not a spreadsheet average. One chart to rule them all. This is the future of demand planning. Visit tsfdemand.com to learn more.